Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am the Southern Wrestling Scholar ZJ Pierce, the host of the Nerdz Watching Wrasslin Podcast, and this is Quick React, where we take a look at insert wrestling show here, and I let you know what happened just in case you missed it or you're like an outsider's opinion. And today we are talking about the February 11th episode of Aew Dynamite. This is a very good show, set up AEW Grand Slam this Saturday very nicely. AEW Grand Slam going to be taking place from Sydney, Australia. We had 2 title changes on this show. So if you want to go ahead and get into it, then tag me in. So the show opens with Kenny Omega and Swerve Strickland having a face-to-face interview where Tony Schiavone asks them where all this hostility is coming from. Swerve Strickland says that this hostility is coming from the fact that people consider Kenny Omega the wrestling god and the best bout machine. He's what everyone wants to come to AEW and fight to prove that they're the best. So when Swerve came to prove that he was the best on his way to the top, there was no Kenny Omega. When he got to the top, there was no Kenny Omega. But now that he's not at the top, Kenny Omega wants to come back in and immediately inserts himself into the world title picture. That sounds like some EVP stuff. Kenny Omega says, I'm not trying to be an EVP. I'm trying to do what I do best and earn my way to the World Heavyweight Championship by winning matches, which is what I would have done had you not interfered in my match against Andrade El Idolo last week. So Kenny Omega challenges Swerve Strickland to a match. Swerve Strickland says Kenny Omega is scared of what he's going to do to him. So Kenny Omega slaps Swerve, and they proceed to have a brawl all over the arena. There's a V-trigger on the stage against the LED boards, and it looked like Kenny Omega was going to hit the one-winged angel off the stage on Swerve, but Swerve stabbed him in the head with, could have been a screwdriver, could have been a microphone, and then speared them both off stage, crashing through some tables. Their match is set up for next week on Dynamite. In our opening contest, the Death Riders of Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Pac took on the Don Callis families, Konosuke Takeshita, Josh Alexander, and Mark Davis. This was a very good trios match. I've thoroughly enjoyed the trios matches that these two teams have been putting on lately. This one did not disappoint either. Everyone looked very good in this match, but this match was mostly just to build intrigue for the singles match between Jon Moxley and Konosuke Takeshita that's taking place this Saturday at Grand Slam Australia for the Continental Championship. After a lot of triple teaming Jon Moxley, Pac and Claudio got Takeshita and Mark Davis out of the ring, allowing Moxley to hit a sleeper and paradigm shift / Death Rider on Josh Alexander to get the win. I cannot wait for this match on Grand Slam Australia. Next, Kyle Fletcher challenged Tommaso Ciampa for the TNT Championship, and this was a very good match. Tommaso Ciampa has only been in AEW for 3 weeks. This is his 3rd match overall, and he's killing it already. And the Proto Star did not disappoint here. There were so many good near falls, including Kyle Fletcher hitting the brainbuster on Tommaso Ciampa just for Ciampa to kick out. Tommaso Ciampa hitting 2 knees on Kyle Fletcher just for Kyle Fletcher to roll his shoulder up. The emotion and drama in this match was so high, and it was all so good leading up to the finish where Tommaso Ciampa hit Kyle Fletcher with a brainbuster for Kyle Fletcher to kick up, to do the Kenny Omega kick out and one, pound him at, do the gig in there, not like this, which meant that when Tommaso Ciampa went for the running knee again, Kyle Fletcher was able to counter that into a Michinoku driver, hit a lariat, and a sheer drop brainbuster on Tommaso Ciampa for the clean pinfall victory. Kyle Fletcher is now your new TNT champion. Good for him. I'm so happy he won the championship back. Now he's headed to Australia with that title, where he says that he will defend it against whoever he wants because he's going back home and getting the hero's welcome he deserved. This brings out Mark Briscoe, who reminds Kyle Fletcher that they are 3-3 in their series against each other. So he tells Kyle Fletcher that he wants to go ahead and run Game 7. Kyle Fletcher says if we're going to do so, then we have to make it the last time because he's tired of seeing Mark Briscoe. I'm honestly tired of seeing Mark Briscoe in the TNT title picture too. And if you're going to reach for the sky, you should reach for the championship. So at Grand Slam Australia, it will be Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe for the TNT championship in a ladder match. I feel like this was always the plan, and then now it has just come at the expense of Tommaso Ciampa because Tommaso Ciampa has just become a complete afterthought in this segment. But at least he came in and won the title, but poor Tommaso Ciampa. Next, Daniel Garcia and Clark Connors took on Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong in what was more of a segment than what it was a match, because this only served to further the fuse between Darby Allin and the War Dogs and Tony Storm, Orange Cassidy, and the Death Riders. Because midway through the match, Roderick Strong would leave Orange Cassidy, making Orange Cassidy go at it alone, basically in a 2-on-1 handicap match. But while on the outside beating up Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin would come and basically just take Clark Connors over the barricade, just kidnap him and beat him up, leaving Daniel Garcia in the ring with Orange Cassidy, who just rolls him up for the quick victory. After the match, Timeless Tony Storm would come out and stand in the Raptors and say that she has accepted her fate, that if she loses at Grand Slam Australia, she will be saved bald, but that would make her the baddest monster in the women's division. However, if she manages to beat Marina Shafir, she will shave her so close to the skull that they will have to put a price tag on her and sell her at Spirit Halloween. But before she can say anything about Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir come out on the stage with an unconscious Mina Shirakawa, who has been put in mother's milk, and they cut off some of her hair to show that they mean business ahead of their match. In your party, we all like to party. We're going to have a good party tonight match. The Rascals, the Young Bucks, and a wild card team competed in a 3-way tag match to become the number 1 contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. This wild card team would end up being Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn. Oh my God, it's Private Party. We haven't seen the former tag team champions since they lost their titles to the Hurt Syndicate way back at some point in 2025. And like I said, this was your party spot fest match. Everyone looked real good here. This was Myron Reed's AEW debut match. He looked very good. The Private Party didn't look like they skipped a step at all. And the Young Bucks are as smooth and crisp as ever. And this was ultimately their match to win as they hit the Meltzer driver for the W. After the match, FTR tried to come out and antagonize them by asking them how it felt for them to be the number 2 tag team in the world while their rivals have risen above them. But they would never let them answer the questions. So the Young Bucks just hit a pair of super kicks to lay both of them out. We got hype videos for Will Ospreay's return and Brody King's MJF's AEW World Championship match this Saturday at AEW Grand Slam Australia. And in the main event, we got Chris Statlander defending the AEW Women's Championship against Tekla in a strap match. Both women look very good here, especially Tekla, who I keep saying looks so cool. I love her presentation. I love her attitude. I love her moves. I love her swagger. She looked very good here. Obviously, there were going to be some shenanigans from the Babes of Wrath and the Sisters of Sin because, gang warfare. But this was a very good match. After all the smoke and mirrors was over, it came down to Tekla hitting a spear on Chris Statlander. She then used the strap to tie Chris's arms behind her back and hit a running stomp for the pinfall victory. Your new AEW Women's World Champion, Tekla, the Toxic Spider. Congratulations, Queen. And that was the February 11th episode of AEW Dynamite. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode and let me know what you thought about this quick react in the comments. Please like, share, follow, subscribe wherever you see this at. I hope God blesses your day and the rest of your week. Until we meet again, I am the Southern Wrestling Scholar ZJ Pierce. Please make sure you check out the latest episode of the Nerdz Watching Wrasslin Podcast, where I do a deep dive into the Royal Rumble, and I will see you next time.